Hi there, I'm Marisa and welcome to Marisa Home. Today we're going to do a craft. We're going to do a wire hanger wreath. So, you know those wire hangers that you accumulate from dry cleaners that you pick up when you maybe went shopping? You can reuse them. You should not recycle them because they will break the recycling center's machinery. So there's a couple things you can do. You can return them back to the dry cleaners. That's what a lot of times that we do. Or I also make some crafts. So this is just one example of the crafts that I do with the wire hangers. There's only like 2 or 3 maybe that I can think of off the top of my head, but I'll share this one. So this one has a wooden heart for Valentine's Day, but I've also done it with jingle bells so you can get in the holiday spirit as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this craft.
So let's get started with these hearts. First thing we're going to do is, because for the life of me, I could not find any hearts with holes already on the side, is that we're going to mark out where we want to drill the holes on the hearts. So I'm going to line these up, thinking that maybe a line will be the best way to mark these out. So they go on the wire hanger nicely. So I'm thinking, I know the wire hanger is going to be curved, but I'm thinking that this lined up will be fine. So with the ruler, I'm just marking out the center of the hearts, so I have an idea of where I need to drill these holes. So we're going to take out some safety goggles, make sure that we have those on just in case. Put these aside and move on to drilling. I have a cordless drill here with a 3/16 drill bit, and we're going to hold the heart as securely as possible and go slow. Just take your time and try and drill maybe a little pilot hole so you can get started and just work on it. So it takes a little bit of time, and you may have to pull the drill in and out a couple times just to get it going, but know that it will go all the way through. All your hard work is about to pay off. And there you go. So the hole is big enough that the wire hanger will fit through it, but snug enough that it's not going to flail around everywhere. So I did that with each of the hearts. Oh, I had one with a couple holes, but that's okay. It's on the side, it'll be hidden. Let's move on to painting. So I just took some white paint and some red paint, and we're going to mix it all together and have a couple of brushes. I have a small brush just so I can stir it up, and then a larger brush to make the painting a little easier. I wanted a really light pink color, so I didn't put a lot, just a couple drops of the red paint. But really you can use, make the paint whatever color you want. And I just take this larger brush and paint the hearts. It's a little tricky not to get your fingers all painted up, but that's just, that's just the way it's gonna go. Find the best method for you. I actually found that painting the sides of the hearts first worked better, and then painting one of the flat surfaces. And then I'm just making sure that I don't have a lot of extra paint that hangs over the sides. Otherwise, you know, it'll dry that way with like beads of paint. I try not to do that. So it takes a little bit of time, but just enjoy the moment. So painting on the sides, and I'll go all the way around. And then paint the flat surface. And repeat for all the hearts you want to use. And once you're done, let them dry, and then don't forget to paint the other side. And I did 2 coats, but you could do however many coats you would like. Now we're going to straighten out this hanger. First up is we're going to get all the kinks out. So let's get rid of this tie at the top. I'm taking some needle nose pliers to help me out here, and just kind of putting the pliers onto this portion that's coiled up and allowing it to uncoil it for me. And it's actually a lot easier than you think, at least with this hanger it was. And I found a moment where I could just unravel it once I got it started. So now what we need to do is get all these hanger kinks out. And what I liked using, or what I like to use, is more of like the flat head pliers. I guess that's what you call them. It's definitely more flat. It just makes it a bit easier to get those kinks out rather than using my hands. So start straightening, and then we can start bending so it looks more like a circle. So I get this kink out, and then the major kink. Remember, any kinks that you have that are going to be significant in here is going to make it more difficult for you to put the hearts on. The beads, not so much, because the beads have a bigger circle to weave the wire through, but the hearts, we made them a bit tight. So do your best to make it as, you know, flat as possible. But once you get through the first heart, it'll become a little easier. So again, just take your time and shape this as best as possible. So now we're just making the curve, and we'll continue the rest of the way around. So here we're going to have a little extra of the wire on top cross over, because this is where we're going to connect the 2 portions. This side will go around the back and to the front, and this portion will come towards the front and lock in. As you can see, the hearts won't fit on that woven part, so we're going to cut that off with some wire cutters. So just take that portion off that's kind of like a little bit of a pain to get the hearts around. And there you go. So we'll start with the beads, and you'll do about 15 to 16 beads on each side. So we'll just start weaving these through, and then we'll move on to the hearts. So like I said a moment ago, the kinks will make the hearts a little bit difficult to get on initially, just because the hole that we drilled is fairly tight around the wire hanger. But work at it, do a little twisting, go back and forth. It may test your patience a little bit, but it'll go through. And then the hearts that come after this initial one will be a lot easier. So keep at it. There you go. Keep working the wire hanger however you need to in order to get this to go all the way across to where you want it. Little twist, little jiggle, little jiggle action, and we'll make this happen. There we go. And then just continue with the rest of the hearts. Now I'm just checking out to see if I want to do the 6th heart or not. And I just don't think that the 6th heart is really going to keep it symmetrical. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the rest of the beads on the other side. So let's weave these through. Again, about 15 or 16 of them. You're going to leave about an inch and a half so you can clasp the two pieces together. So I'm going to take the needle nose pliers and just make a hook. Make the hook as best as I can. The goal that I'm trying to achieve here is to actually have the end of the wire hanger go back into the bead. So then, it doesn't get caught on anything or scratch anything, or if little ones are around, it's not going to poke them or anything. So here I'm just trying to fold in the edge of the wire hanger back into the bead so it's nice and hidden and secure. So just take your time and use the pliers the best as you can to help you aid that wire hanger back inside. Once that's in, then we're going to fold over the longer side all the way around. Use the pliers to, aid you in doing that. Circle it all the way around so it's secure. And then what we're going to do next is fold in this end of the wire hanger between the kind of the hook that you did on the other side. So we're going to open this hook up a little bit so we can slide the wire hanger, the other end, through that loop. And then we're going to put that end into the other side, into the bead. So again, it will be hidden and secure so it doesn't catch on anything, doesn't, hurt anybody. And just use your hands, the pliers as best as you can to get that pass through on the other side. So then it's all secure. Squeeze that through. And there we go. We've got a good start to this loop. So this loop is going to allow us to hang it onto, where we want to hang it. So now we can cover that up because to me it just needs a bow. So I'm using about 4 feet of ribbon. I'm going to make this the first side a little longer so I know we have enough to do a bow at the end, a bow of course. Then I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the loop so it just looks a little nicer and finished. So loop it all the way around until you come to the other side. Once you get to the end, loop it around as far as you can, and then you will loop it through the main, like the end. And then we'll tie a knot so we can make sure that this is secure. I like to try and cover up as much of the wire hanger as possible. And then we'll tie our bow. There we go. So inspect your bow, make sure it's the way that you like it. These are a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and trim these up with just some scissors. Figure out what length. I think right about there. That should be good. And just cut off the excess. Now let's take a step back and inspect our hoop. We can use our hands and manipulate the hanger a bit more just to make sure that it is making that, wreath look and the kinks all got out. And then, take a step back and enjoy your creation. It's awesome. Good job.